Saturday, 08/15/25 seconds, year 2023, 6-month, June 10th day. Now, it's just a few minutes from the last video, but already these MigraNT, these MiGR ants are already starting to disperse all over the place, starting to climb up the walls, and I'm starting to think, this is really not a wonderful idea just to wait around and watch where all these MigraNT ants are just going to be climbing all over the house, getting ideas, be searching to and fro for every crack around the whole house. So, which I'm sure there's many crevices for them to be all getting inside. So, I think what I'm going to have happen here is I'm going to have to break out the high-level military technology and just go ahead and have a big rainstorm come on in here and deter them with another flood pattern and something kind of natural, but it is kind of man-made, but out of necessity, that's what legalism is for. It's a necessity. All legalism is a necessity, and it's usually necessity are there to contain situations that seem to be an impossible situation, well, not necessarily impossible, but which could turn into something that would be a contrast to the actual desire, and then in this situation, what is it that I want? Do I want to give all these MigraNT ants an opportunity to just get in the walls of this house and start nesting and increasing? Pretty soon they're getting all over the kitchen floors, and they're getting stepped on and injured and killed. Now they're crawling all over the food in the kitchen, getting in the refrigerator and all the cabinets. They're crawling all over me in the bed at night. They're all over the guitars, the televisions, the stereos. Now they're in the walls, and they're eating the plastic and the wires in the walls. Now the wires in the walls are starting to connect, and they arc and start fires in the walls. So I'm thinking, out of some type of necessity, I think it's probably wise to come up with a man-made storm here. Otherwise, I could just kill all these MigraNT ants off. I could just pull out the Natom pest control poison spray and just totally, or they say there's natural ways to repel these ants. I could go get a bunch of clove powder or cinnamon powder, or I could get some cedar mulch. So now I figured out why all these rich people, all these people who got a lot of money, why they put cedar mulch all around their houses and around the fence line, around the borders to the fences around the whole yard. It's because I learned from watching YouTube videos just the other day that cedar mulch is a natural ant repellent. I never knew that. Till I started studying up on these MigraNT ants. So, do I got $10,000 to go down to the local Lane County Forest Products and have them just bring their truck out here and mulch the property lines or the space lines or where the hell, and put mulch around? Do I got time to be digging all around the yard and preparing the whole fucking yard during fire season? No doubt too. When I got to be a fire marshal and tend to all the fire marshal duties going on around here in the county too. So I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna have a temporary, am I gonna go out to the store and go get some clove powder and just start sprinkling clove all over? I got money in the budget and in the bank to go buy about $1,000 worth of clove powder and cinnamon powder, and then go around the whole place, start sprinkling that shit all over the yard and stuff like that? And I'm thinking, now, legally speaking, I'm thinking out of necessity, Because when I started studying the maritime system, it always came down to necessity. And that's where legalism comes in. There's a necessity. Seems how the situation's kind of, a dire straight situation. It's kind of like being between a rock and a hard place. That's where this term necessity comes from, and especially called legal necessity. So out of legal necessity, okay, I'm gonna fire up the harp machine probably here and get an artificial storm going. And some are probably gonna get injured and die because I'm gonna finagle the earth here a little bit. The dirt that they're crawling on with some all-natural spray, although it's going to be an artificial situation. I'm going to get the shovels. I'm going to start digging stuff in the yard to prepare the yard. I'm going to get the pressure hose. I'm going to wash these migrants back to their original country across the border because of the situation. So I'm going to go in the backyard and go get the hose. Bring it out front. But first, while I'm out here in the backyard, sees how I am the fire marshal. I'm going to energize the fire marshal technologies in the backyard first before I bring the hose up front. So here I am back here in the back. I got the high-level military technology set up. The talisman, the orgone energy. So the energizer, the orgone construction. I'm going to charge it up before I bring this hose up to the front. I'm going to have a man-made storm on these migrant ants. Send them back to their country. Or help send them back to the border, to their natural habitat, lest they continue invading and turn this place that I like to be at into a shit zone. Something that I don't want it to be. I don't need to have ants all in the house stepping on them, hurting them. Getting all in the refrigerator and the food, taking over the house, causing fires in the wall and all kinds of shit. So, as soon as I finish here, I'm going to get this artificial, necessitative military technology up to the front and rout them ants. out of legal necessity. Legal necessity. And legal is just another word for temporary. A temporary remedy until I can learn more what's going on in this universe. That's all legalism is. It's a temporary necessity until more is learned lawfully. So that's what all this artificial stuff here represents, as far as I'm concerned, for now anyway. Alright, so that's energized and charged up. I'm going to go get the silver iodine. I'm going to energize the crystals. Colloidal silver and iodine mixture to seed the clouds. So here's this here. So one thing that I have noticed is that I fired up this Oregon Energizer up early this summer because the fire started early this summer, especially the main one here in North America is right up here, Alberta, Canada. All of a sudden just torched and ablazed. And so I set this thing up, and ever since I set it up this summer, it's been very cool around here. As evidence to share to the self for me to know that this thing, something's going on, and this ain't no myth and just a story, that this technology is actually functioning. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So anyway, so here's the silver iodine energizing the crystals here. And now the main thing that causes, or one of the main things, or one of the ingredients that causes this to function is the one thing that the bully can't figure out how to stop. And that is the intention or the prayer that I put on it. All the thoughts and the imagination that I put into this to add to the energizing stage. So here I am, I'm meditating now. I'm having wonderful thoughts of what I want to happen. So, when I used to be a Christian, I was taught how to do this stuff. Except they called it to pray to the higher power. And then later on I realized he's just a story. And the story is lopsided. And that I got just as much, right to be equal in power with anything that's out here. Equal power. In other words, I am God too. Or goddess. That's what I figured out. But I could be wrong. But obviously me, I have self-hand experience with what's going on here. And something tells me I'm on to something. Anyway, so here it is. I'm just I'll circle around it if I feel like it, and have all kinds of thoughts. If I wanted to, I could utter some words into the air, or syllables, or sounds. When I was in a Pentecostal church, they taught us how to speak in tongues and sing in tongues. So I could sit here like a native Indian. I could dance, get a native Indian dance going on, or whatever, any type of native stuff. But it's most popular, common with it, known that the Indians are the ones that rain dance. They go out and they dance, or they pray, or they put their expectation on something. Next thing you know, oh my God, they activated some rain. Holy shit. And this is all in the history books. They teach it at the university. This is common talk on the street. Except for probably with today's generations, more so, they probably don't teach that to the children anymore. I'm sure they're probably looking to just totally discard it and erase that from history and the books. That any child ever born in the future will ever know that there's natives on the land that can dance and bring rain anytime they want. Natives on the land that can utter things out of their mouth and cause food to grow in the ground. There are natives on the land that can put their intentions and thoughts on something that they want, and all of a sudden, oop, there it is. Holy shit. That's why I say, it seems to me that someone wants to hide something from the generations and to turn them into humanoid robots so that they don't know anything except for what they're programmed with. But it's all just could be and what if. When I look around and I observe, this is what I see more than likely is going on. As a lawful sheriff, sharing what I see with the evidence. What? So anyway. So now I'm going to, after I've finished with the thoughts and prayer and whatever it is that, I think that it'd be wonderful to have happen in the atmosphere, which is just another word with the children, with the child. The atmosphere represents the child, with the nature energy and the Father Universe energy, body and thought, yin and yang. I'm going to head back up here to the front, and I'm going to have a necessitative legal heart man-made, girl-made storm on these migrants, these ants, that for some reason could be just a mere reflection of what's going on inside the child that is me. The bully child that is me. Could be. And I'm gonna send these guys a wonderful natural or I turned the hose off. Fuck, I gotta go over here and turn the hose back on. There must be a knot in the hose. But anyway, let me go back here. I want to explain this talisman or this orgone energy. It's just a talisman. It could be just as well. I could have just put a pile of rocks here if I wanted to and energize this pile of rocks. So, you know, if anyone wanted to destroy all these orgone energy stuff that I got set up here, it wouldn't matter. If anyone wanted to steal the crystals, it wouldn't matter. I could set up a mound of dirt right there and still have the same effect. And that's what befuddles the bully. Can't figure it out. He's like, God, man. That's totally befuddling to the bully. That anything can be energized. Anything. That's what fucking woo. That's why I'm never afraid of anything. I'm never afraid to hide anything. Never. Because anything can be used for anything. And this is what I know. I know it like the back of the hand so much that but, you know, maybe it's just for me to know and me to know only. Anyway, I think I got a knot in the hose here. What the heck's going on? Let's see here. What the hell? Why isn't the water coming out of the hose? What the heck happened? Oh. There we go. All right. So, you migrants ready to surf the wave here? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There you go. There I go. There. Look out. There you go. There's another reminder to head on back southeast. There you go. There's southeast over there. Learn how to swim. Have some surfboard training right here. Might even want to evolve and learn how to be a fish. Anyway, so that's that for now. Leave it at that. And I'll set this up right there. And geez, we're at 19 minutes into the video. 19. That's the legal birthday I was supposedly born on. The legal birthday. COVID-19, the virus. I wonder why I was called, why is the legal name for me called REPELL, the virus? Why is the word Russ in the middle of the two T's called trust? Why is it that the public trust is the thing that's set up universally and legally that everything's supposed to be Treasury prepaid from? Why am I who I am, and why am I here? Now, I'm still looking to figure all this out with the Vatican, extraterrestrials, MK Ultra mind control, and all this stuff going on. Here, getting close to another month called Independent Revelation Month, July, coming up. I can only wonder. God I'm just as curious as the next living organism. What's going on? I wonder what's going on. And that's not a question, that's a statement. Something's going on. Anyway, till the next video update, pull the finger. That's not an order because that's a tax. That's a statement.